Billionaire met school friend as waitress, manager's jaw dropped at what happened. The restaurant was packed, the kind of Friday night rush that makes even experienced servers sweat. Crystal chandeliers glittered above white tablecloths, silverware clinked like polite applause, and the air smelled of truffle oil and money. At table 17, near the floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Toronto harbor, sat Alexander Hale, 42, quietly powerful, the kind of man whose name appeared in parentheses after words like net worth in business magazines. He had come alone. No entourage, no phone calls, no entourage of assistants. Just a dark navy suit, a glass of untouched Barolo, and the tired eyes of someone who had spent the last decade winning at everything except peace. Across the room, Maya Thompson balanced 3 plates on one arm and a tray of drinks on the other. 39, single mother, night classes twice a week, same warm brown eyes she'd had at 16 when she sat 3 rows behind Alex in grade 11 English. Back then she wore braids and laughed loud enough to get detentions. Tonight her hair was in a neat bun, her black uniform crisp, her smile practiced but genuine. She didn't recognize him at first. She approached table 17 with the calm efficiency of someone who had served worse nights than this one. "Good evening, sir. Welcome to Lumiere. May I start you with the specials tonight?" Alex looked up. Time did the impossible thing it sometimes does, it folded. Maya. The name came out softer than he intended, almost a question to himself. She froze mid-sentence. The tray tilted slightly. A water glass wobbled. "Alex." Her voice cracked on the second syllable. "Alex Hale." For 3 full seconds the restaurant noise disappeared. No clinking glasses, no murmured conversations, no kitchen swing door banging. Just 2 people from a small town in Nova Scotia staring at each other across 15 years and several tax brackets. He stood. Chairs scraped. Heads turned. Maya recovered first, the way single mothers learn to recover from everything. "Wow," she said, laughing once, nervously. "Small world." "Very small," Alex answered. He was still standing. People don't usually stand when a server approaches their table. She glanced around, suddenly aware of eyes on them. "Your order." "I don't care about the order," he said, too honest, too fast. "How are you, really?" She gave him the short version because the long version would take the rest of her shift. "Good. Busy. Raising a daughter." "You, also busy," he said. "No daughter." Another small laugh from her, this one more real. The manager, Philippe, appeared at her elbow like a heat-seeking missile. He had the sixth sense of someone who had spent 20 years protecting the dining room from anything that might disturb the ambiance. "Maya, is everything all right here?" She nodded quickly. "Everything's fine, Philippe." Old school friend. Surprise reunion. Philippe looked from Maya to the man in the $8,000 suit, then back. His professional smile tightened at the corners. "Of course. Please let me know if you need anything, sir." He retreated, but not far. Alex sat again, slowly. Maya stayed standing, order pad in hand, suddenly unsure of protocol. "I'm supposed to take your order," she said. "Then take it," he replied. "But after your shift, coffee. Or dinner. Whatever you want. My treat. No strings." She hesitated. She had to close. She had to pick up Lily from her mother's. She had to study for a psych midterm on Monday. She had exactly $47 in her account until payday. But she also had the memory of a boy who used to save the last slice of pizza for her when the popular kids forgot to include her at lunch. "Okay," she said, "after shift. If you're still here, I'll be here." She wrote down his order. Steak, medium rare, no sauce, side of roasted vegetables, and walked away feeling like she'd just stepped out of her own life for a moment. Philippe caught her near the kitchen pass. "Who is that guy, Maya?" "Old friend from high school. He's looking at you like you're the main course." She rolled her eyes. "He's not. He's just surprised." Philippe didn't look convinced. "Keep it professional. You know the rules." "I know the rules." She worked the rest of the shift on autopilot, but every time she passed table 17, Alex was watching her, not in a creepy way, but in the way people watch something they thought they'd lost forever. At 11:12 p.m., Maya untied her apron, changed into jeans and a soft gray sweater in the staff room, and walked back onto the floor. Alex was still there, Table 17 had been cleared except for 2 fresh coffees and a small plate of the restaurant's signature chocolate torte, which he definitely hadn't ordered. He stood again when he saw her. Philippe materialized instantly. "Maya, your shift is over. You're not allowed to be on the floor as a guest." "I'm not a guest," Alex said calmly. "I'm a customer who would like to buy dessert for a friend." "Is that against policy?" Philippe opened his mouth, closed it. He recognized the tone of someone who was used to being obeyed. "Enjoy your evening," he said tightly, and disappeared toward the bar. They sat. For the first 10 minutes they talked about safe things. Teachers they both remembered, the old skating rink that had been torn down, how the town now had a Tim Hortons where the video store used to be. Then Maya said, quietly, "You disappeared after graduation. No one knew where you went. I got a scholarship to MIT. Full ride. I didn't tell anyone because I didn't think anyone would care." "I would have cared." He looked at her then, really looked. "I know that now." Silence stretched, comfortable. "What about you?" he asked. "I saw your name tag says Thompson. You married." "Was. Divorced 3 years ago. Lily's 8. She's the best thing that ever happened to me." Alex smiled, small and real. "I bet she looks like you. She has my mouth. Your stubbornness would probably suit her better." They both laughed. Then he asked the question she knew was coming. "Are you happy, Maya?" She considered lying. She considered the easy answer. Instead she gave him the truth. "Some days yes. Most days I'm just getting through. Bills, school, trying to be enough for her. I used to dream bigger. Now I dream about not being tired." Alex didn't speak right away. When he did, his voice was low. "I have more money than I know what to do with. And I'm tired every day too." She raised an eyebrow. "Different kind of tired, maybe, but still tired." Another pause. Then he said, "I'd like to help. If you'll let me." She shook her head before he finished the sentence. "I don't take charity, Alex. It's not charity. It's investment in someone who deserves better than she's getting. I'm doing fine. You're working doubles and still taking night classes. You're not fine. You're surviving. There's a difference." Her eyes filled. She blinked hard. "I can't owe anybody," she whispered. "You wouldn't owe me. You'd just be letting an old friend do what old friends should do when one of them finally gets lucky." She looked at the torte between them, untouched. "What exactly are you offering?" "Tuition paid in full. Whatever program you want. A house. Nothing crazy. Just safe, in a good school district. Enough in savings so you never have to choose between groceries and heat again. And a trust for Lily's college. In your name. No strings. No expectations. No monthly check-ins. You live your life. I live mine. But you get to breathe." Maya stared at him. "Why?" "Because 15 years ago you were the only person who ever made me feel like I belonged somewhere. And I never thanked you. I'm thanking you now." Tears spilled. She didn't wipe them away. "I need to think," she said. "Take all the time you need." She took 3 days. On the 4th day she texted the number he'd given her. "Can we meet? Same place. 8 p.m. He was already there when she arrived. Philippe watched them from across the room, jaw tight. Maya sat down. "I have conditions," she said. "Name them." "No public announcement. No press. No one knows except us and my mother. Lily calls you Uncle Alex if she wants to. If she doesn't, she doesn't. And you come to her Christmas concert next month. Front row. Whether you like Vivaldi or not." Alex smiled so wide it hurt. "Done. All of it." She took a breath that felt like the first real one in years. "Okay." They didn't hug. Not yet. That would come later. Philippe appeared at the table, tray in hand, 2 glasses of champagne he hadn't been asked to bring. "On the house," he said, voice clipped. "For old friends." Maya looked up at him, eyes shining. "Thanks, Philippe." He nodded once, then turned away, shaking his head slightly, still trying to understand how the quiet server he'd written off as reliable but ordinary had just changed her entire future in one conversation. Outside, the Toronto skyline glittered against the dark water. Inside, 2 people from a small town in Nova Scotia sat together again, not as billionaire and waitress, but simply as Alex and Maya, the way they had always been meant to be. And somewhere in the space between them, time finally stopped trying to keep them apart.